here from Actuarial, and in today's video we're talking all about a low GPA and whether you can still be successful in the actuarial field if you have one. Okay, so I know this is a big topic to cover, but really there are two main concerns that people have. One is that they may not be able to pass the exams because they have a lower GPA. Second is because they're just worried the low GPA will prevent employers from hiring them and interviewing them. So those are two really big concerns, and we're going to address both of them in this video. Before we get into that, I want to let you know that there's lots you can do to become a really good candidate, even with a low GPA. And if that is you, then you're going to want to stick around to the very end because I'm going to give you something really, really special. So make sure you stick around all the way to the end for that. Now let's start talking about a low GPA and how that might affect your actuarial career. Now, first off, it's important to understand that some employers are just going to say, if you have a low GPA, usually it's below 3.0. If you have a GPA below 3.0, then they're just not going to consider you. And that's okay. Some employers will do that, but you have to find the employers that are not going to worry so much about your GPA. There are so many things, like I said earlier, that you can do to become a really good candidate, even if you do have a low GPA. Now, I want to show you something here, okay? I'm going to share my screen with you. So this is my actual transcript from school, okay? I'm showing you this. It is not good at all, but I thought it would just help prove my point here that it is possible to get into an actuarial position and be successful even with a low GPA. Now, I went to the University of Waterloo here in Canada, and if you want to know more about that experience in the actuarial science program, I'll link to a video right up above so you can go watch that. But this is my actual GPA or my transcript, and I'm going to show you my GPA. Okay, so I couldn't find a transcript that was from my last term in school, but this is my second last term at the University of Waterloo, term 4A. Now, if we go down here, you're going to see that my major average, so my actuarial science average was 67.13. And to most people, this isn't going to make sense, any sense at all, because the University of Waterloo uses a different grading system than most schools. So when I converted this to a GPA scale on a 0 to 4 GPA scale, this converted to about a 2.3. Okay, 2.3, and that's pretty low. Now, I know the reasons that I didn't do well in school. Well, not that I did terribly, but I didn't do as well as I could have, was mainly because I didn't have enough time. I was trying to juggle 5 courses, and I was trying to work at the same time, and I was trying to just do my day-to-day stuff. I had a boyfriend, I had a family that I wanted to spend time with, so there was a lot going on in my life while I was in school, and that prevented me from focusing 100% of my time into studying, and because of that, I didn't get the grades that I could have. I know that, but that didn't stop me from getting an actuarial position, and it doesn't have to stop you either. So this just goes to prove that GPA isn't everything. There are things that you can do, and I did these things. I'm going to explain them to you so that you can be a really good candidate even though you have a low GPA. There are 3 things I highly recommend, 3 things. Okay, number 1 is pretty obvious, is pass actuarial exams. Now, when employers look at your resume, of course, one thing they're going to take into consideration is your GPA, especially if you've just graduated from school recently. But having exams passed while you were in school is also a really good way to stand out and make yourself noticed because not everyone has tons of exams passed. So in your situation with a lower GPA, if you have 2 to 3 exams passed, that's going to be great. If you even add an additional one on there, a 4th exam, that's going to be awesome, and you're probably going to have more exams passed than most other candidates, and that's going to help you stand out. The next way that you can stand out, number 2, is by gaining technical skills. So if you are someone that doesn't know how to use Excel and VBA yet, I highly recommend you start learning those technical skills because they're going to be so important to actuarial employers. Now, a lot of people that are going and applying for actuarial positions may be at a lower level of Excel and VBA. They may not have as much of an understanding as you could have. So if you go ahead and pass some exams and really advance your Excel skills, that's going to help you be a better candidate even though you have a lower GPA. The third thing is to gain relevant experience. And you may have heard me talk about this before, but if you go out into the real world and get experience that is related to the actuarial career, it's really going to help you stand out to actuarial employers, even with a lower GPA. So this could be things like a data analyst position, maybe an underwriting position, a lot of positions that are in finance and risk and those sorts of things. They can all be really good positions to help you gain experience in fields that are related to the actuarial career. And that prior knowledge and experience and all the skills you gain from that is going to help you stand out, even with a lower GPA. Now, it's important to note here that usually a lower GPA isn't going to matter to employers very much if you have other experience after school. So really, the lower GPA is only going to matter if you've just recently graduated from school. Okay, so I think that covers the 3 things that you can do: pass lots of actuarial exams, learn technical skills and get really advanced at Excel, and get relevant experience. Those 3 things together are going to help you overcome the hurdle of a low GPA. Now, when you go to start interviewing, you are going to want to make sure that you have an explanation for why your GPA is low. That's a really important thing to have planned out because employers are going to ask about that. It's really important that you have a solid explanation for that. Now, another concern that I talked about at the beginning of this video was, is a lower GPA going to prevent you from scoring high enough on actuarial exams to pass them? Or does a low GPA mean that you're just not smart enough to pass actuarial exams? Okay, so you saw my low GPA. I passed lots of actuarial exams, so the answer is absolutely not. I think it's important here to understand why your GPA was low. Like I explained earlier, for me, I was doing so much and I didn't have a lot of time, or I didn't have as much time as I needed to really get great grades in school. So the lack of time prevented me from getting the grades I needed to increase my GPA above 3.0. But I knew that the reason for my low GPA was not because I wasn't smart enough, it was just because of time. And I know for you, there might be other things. There maybe were other things going on in your life, big events that you had to try to go through school at the same time as these other events were going on in your life. There are so many reasons why you might have had a low GPA. So really, I wouldn't say that a low GPA necessarily means that you're not smart enough to pass actuarial exams. You probably know if you really dedicated enough time and energy and everything, if you put 100% effort into your schooling and you still ended up with a low GPA, you'll ask yourself, was it because I really didn't understand it? And if that's the answer, then maybe passing actuarial exams will be difficult for you. But again, you will never know until you tried. Studying for school and all the stuff that you learn in school is completely different than studying for actuarial exams. So you could find that actuarial exams are easier for you than school was. There are different resources available, like my programs, for example. So there are so many different resources that could help you, even if you do feel that a lack of understanding was the reason for your low GPA. So I think we've settled this, or figured out this question now. It is possible to be successful in the actuarial career with a low GPA. Okay, I said that at the end of this video, I was going to give you something extra special, and that is 1 month for free in my Actuary Accelerator Community. So the Actuary Accelerator Community is really designed to help you go from where you are right now all the way to becoming a really good candidate, a top candidate for actuarial positions despite having a lower GPA. I know that going into the actuarial field is even a bit more intimidating for someone with a lower GPA. I was in your exact same situation. So that's why I wanted to give you this resource 1 month for free as my gift for you so that you can overcome the hurdles that may come with having a lower GPA. Okay, so let me first show you inside the Actuary Accelerator Community so you know everything that you're going to get access to, and then I will show you exactly how you can get your free month There are only 50 of these free months available. So please, if you want to get in, make sure you do it right away, because I'm not sure when all those 50 spots will be gone, but once they're gone, that's it, they're gone. Okay, so let me share my screen with you here, and I'll show you inside the Actuary Accelerator community. Okay, so this is it. Once you sign up, you're going to get complete access to everything that I show you here. First, and I'm going to go through this really quickly. First, you're going to get access to my Actuary Accelerator plan, and it's going to guide you step by step through exactly what you should be doing at every phase of your actuarial journey. You'll assess where you currently are based on the plan, and then I'll give you all the resources you need to progress even further to become a top candidate for actuarial positions. Now, while you watch through that video up here, you're going to determine whether you are a beginner candidate, a rising candidate, an intermediate candidate, or a top candidate. And then once you determine that, you're going to go into the section that corresponds to the next phase in your actuarial journey. So for example, if you are a rising candidate, then you need to start working on the intermediate candidate resources. So you'll just click this button, and it's going to take you to a page full of resources that are going to help you achieve this phase of your actuarial journey and get closer to becoming a top candidate and getting your first full-time actuarial job. So each phase of the actuarial journey has 3 to 4, sometimes 5 different modules. And once you complete each of those modules, you're going to be in a much better position than you started. It's amazing how quickly you can become a really, really good candidate for actuarial positions, but this really breaks it all down for you so that you're not worried about whether you're doing the right things in the right order, and you don't have to be concerned about whether you're doing things the right way. I know it's intimidating going into the actuarial field, so this is what I created because I wish it was around when I was going through this journey. So you've got that all laid out for you, a step-by-step plan. Plus, you get access to all my exam resources, a video about how to pass actuarial exams. All my recommended study material videos are here. There's a math Q&A forum. Like we talked about, exams is a really big part of becoming a top candidate for actuarial positions, even if you have a lower GPA. We also talked about getting related experience. Well, I call those kind of jobs stepping stone positions, and there's a video here all about stepping stone positions, what they are and how to find them, plus a resume master course so you can get your resume really good and get those stepping stone positions or an actuarial position. There's also interviewing videos and networking videos here. Plus, we talked about technical skills being really important. So there's a whole section here about Excel and VBA and all the technical skills that you need to be successful in the actuarial field. Plus videos on Excel from beginner knowledge all the way to advanced Excel use and even some VBA. So all that is included in your Actuary Accelerator Community membership, plus so much more. You get access to our members only WhatsApp group. You get access to all these interviews with the pros where I interview entry-level actuaries, and you can get a really good understanding of what you'll be doing in your first entry-level position. There are Q&A calls here where I answer tons of actuarial questions and so much. I'm always adding more into the Accelerator community. To get your first month, all you have to do is go to the link below and you're going to get to a page that looks like this. This is the Accelerator information page. It'll give you all the information you need to know about the Actuary Accelerator community. You can read through that all if you'd like, but then find one of these buttons that says Join the AAC Now. When you click on that, you're going to come to this page that gives you a bit more details. So I do want you to know that after your first month, it will be $39 per month, but there's absolutely no obligation for you to continue after your first month. So if you decide on day 27 that you want to cancel your membership, you can do that. It's very simple to cancel. You just have to go right here to the other section and then go to cancellation request. And that will allow you to really quickly fill out a cancellation request form and get your membership canceled. So so you can completely cancel your membership and you will not be charged. Also, I want to let you know that on day 27, I'm going to send you a reminder email so that you remember that your month is almost up and that you will be charged in a few days. And at that time, you can decide if you want to cancel or continue. Okay, once you've read through this whole page, all you have to do is click Join the Community. And then you'll come to a page that looks like this. Right here, click Have a Coupon and put in the coupon code GPA 50. Now it's 50 because there are only 50 of these available. Remember that. Like I said, get it now if it's still available and you want in, because I do not know how long these will last. So GPA 50 will give you this. It will say 31 days for free and then $39 per month with coupon code GPA 50. You'll also see that right here it says $0 right now. That's your payment right now, is $0. And then you can put in your payment information, either PayPal or your credit card information, and then click Become a Member. And then you will get instant access to everything I showed you in the Actuary Accelerator community, including our members only WhatsApp group, where you can talk with me and tons of other people that are on their actuarial journey as well. I hope to see you in there.